Hello guys, I'm Jason Pulakya and welcome to Keymaker channel. And sa mga bago sa channel, I'm a professional electronics engineer. I'm the author of these books here. This one is Self-Sufficient Guide to Electronic Systems and Technology. And this one is Self-Sufficient Guide to Electronics Engineering. These are the two most sought after books sa mga ECE reviewees na magte-take ng board examination. Now, in this first episode of Hacking the Engineering Board Exam Series, I decided na ang pilot episode ko is the clock formula that I developed way back in 2007. I started conducting review 20 years ago and nakapag-lecture na ako sa iba't ibang courses. Sa mechanical, sa electrical, sa civil, and definitely sa ECE. And nakita ko na yung mga materials na ginagamit ng bawat mga review centers and even the board exam questions regarding clock problems. And essentially, the level of difficulty are the same sa mga board exam ng iba't ibang courses sa engineering. And ang one notable shortcut formula na nakita kong makakatulong sa mga magtitake ng board examination is yung formula na na-develop ni Perfecto or Engineer Perfecto Padilla. So yung Padilla's formula. And mamaya, i-compare natin yung dinevelop kong formula at yung formula ni Engineer Perfecto Padilla. But the question is, bakit kailangan natin ng mga shortcut formulas o yung mga shortcut solutions? Ito kasi yung problem. Ang gagamitin ko na halimbawa is the ECE board examination. So for ECE board examination, 4 hours yung duration for mathematics, 100 questions. So you have 4 hours to solve 100 questions, mathematics question. So 4 hours times 60, that's 240 minutes divided by 100. So you have 2.4 minutes na budget per questions. You don't have the luxury of time na magbabad sa isang question because you only have 2.4 minutes for every question. Kapag nakakita ka ng question sa board examination and then hindi mo alam yung paano siya isa-solve, all you need to do is jump to the next question. Kasi sa board examination, ang laban is hindi lang pagalingan mag-solve. Dapat pabilisan din mag-solve. Yun, you have only 2.4 minutes per question. So pag nakakita ka ng problem at hindi mo alam, you need to jump to the next question. And here comes yung mga shortcut method. Kaya I hope after mapanood nyo itong video na ito, pag halimbawa magtitake kayo ng board examination and may mga clock problems sa board examination, I hope those clock problem using my formula will fall under easy questions. You need to dedicate your time and energy doon sa mga questions na sobrang hirap talaga i-solve. It will take you 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but to at least makatipid ng mga time, kapag nakakita ka ng mga problem, for example, sa clock problems, pag ginamit mo yung GMA's clock formula, dapat yung mga questions na yun masosolve within less than a minute. Dapat easy questions na yun. I hope yun yung mangyari once na natapos nyo itong video series na ito and then magtitake kayo ng board examination. Now, simulan na natin siya. Let's start with this. I-discuss natin yung mga general concepts. Ito yung mga makikita mo sa mga algebra books, sa mga reviewers, at ito yung mga i-discuss na mga mag-lecture about clock problems. So, tingnan natin tong illustration na ito. In this illustration here, if you notice, so this one composed of 12 digits and it has 60 marks, itong clock natin. So, yung one complete rotation, yung from this 12 o'clock here, yung one complete rotation ng minute hand natin, if you notice, yung one complete rotation niya is equivalent to 60 minutes or that's 1 hour. Which means, yung minute hand natin, nakapag-travel na siya na daanan niya na yung 12 digits, samantalang yung hour hand natin, ang na-cover niya is yung 1 digit lang. So, for one complete rotation ng minute hand, ang na-cover noong ating hour hand, gumalaw siya ng 1 mark, ng 1 digit mark. Ano pinupuntahan natin dito? From that alone, ang first na concept na makukuha natin, na makikita mo sa mga algebra books at sa mga reviewers, the minute hand is 12 times faster than the hour hand. ito yung first equation natin. That the minute hand is 12 times faster than the hour hand. Next. Again, yung one complete rotation, that is 360 degrees. And that is 60 minutes. So kung i-divide natin yung 360 degrees sa 60 minutes, that is equal to 6 degrees per minute. And that will give us the speed of the minute hand in degrees per minute. So 360 degrees, one complete rotation, divided by 60 minutes, that is 6 degrees per minute. That's the speed of the minute hand. And since from this first equation here, that the minute hand is 12 times faster than the hour hand, and the speed of the minute hand is 6 degrees per minute, so 6 degrees divided by 12, makukuha natin yung speed ng hour hand, which is 0.5 degree per minute. Now, makukompute din natin yung tinatawag nating relative speed. Yung relative speed ng minute hand with respect dun sa hour hand is simply 6 minus 1 half, or 6 minus 0.5, or that's 11 over 2, or 5.5 degrees. Yun yung relative speed ng minute hand compared to the hour hand. Yung 11 over 2 o sa iba is 2 over 11 is importante yung constant na yon sa mga clock problems. Makikita niyo madalas yon. It's either 11 over 2 or 2 over 11. Yun yung relative speed ng minute hand with respect dun sa hour hand. So lahat ng mga algebra books na mababasa mo, lahat ng mga review books na makikita mo at sa mga solutions sa mga clock problems, mga pass board exam, ito yung tatlong mahalagang ma-establish na yung minute hand is 12 times faster than the hour hand, at yung speed ng minute hand is 6 degrees per minute, and the speed of the hour hand is 0.5 degrees per minute, and the relative speed is 11 over 2 or 5.5 degrees. Now, since this one is 360 degrees and we have 12 digits, 360 degrees divided by 12 digits is equal to 30 degrees. Which means, yung pagitan ng mga digit is basically, that's 30 degrees. So, basic yon. Alam mo yun ng lahat na magte-take ng engineering board examination. Now, let's proceed. Punta ngayon tayo dito. Paano ko na-derive yung formula? So, I will partially disclose paano ko na-derive yung formula way back in 2007. That time, nagpe-prepare ako ng materials for an in-house review sa isang university in Manila. So, nagawa ko na yung mga lectures ko, nakapag-solve na ako ng mga problems, and then, I'm reading this old reference. Ito siya. So, I am reading this old reference. So, this one is CRC, Basic Mathematic Tables. Now, sa mga unfamiliar, this was published noong 1970. And that time, noong mga 70s, early 80s, hindi pa ganun ka-portable ang mga calculator. Hindi pa ganun siya ka-accessible. At pag may calculator ka that time, big time ka. So, karamihan ng mga reference books that time, yung mga old engineering books, are mostly, may mga tables siya sa loob. Kaya nga ito is basic mathematic tables. May mga formula ito sa loob. But almost 2/3, malaking bahagi ng content ito are basically tables. So, madami siyang mga tables. Ayan yung laman yon. May mga formula din naman siya. And, nung natapos ko na yung ginawa kong lecture, medyo fresh pa naman sa isip ko, binabasa ko tong materials na ito, itong old reference na ito. Binabasa ko yung mga formula na nakalagay dito. Ayan, para makita niyo. May mga formula yan. Now, nung binabasa ko siya, and napadaan ako sa isang table. And suddenly, may nag-spark sa isip ko. Sabi ko, what if ganito? What if ganon? Then, I started na manually mag-compute na. Kinompute ko na manually isa-isa. Eto ngayon yan. So, kinompute ko manually isa-isa yung mga instances na yung minute hand and the hour hand are together. So, there are only 11 instances na magkasama yung minute hand and hour hand. Kinompute ko siya manually isa-isa. And then, gumawa ako ng table. Tinabulate ko siya. And if you notice, the first instance is at 12 o'clock na magkasama yung minute hand and hour hand. And then the next instance is at 1 something sa 5-minute mark. And yung third instance is sa 2 something, nasa 10-minute mark, and so on. So, na-establish ngayon yan. Now, ang ginawa ko that time is, yung mga minute portion, yung mga minute part, itong nasa 5-minute mark, itong nasa 10-minute mark, itong nasa 15-minute mark, itong nasa 20-minute mark, etc. Yung mga time na yan, in minutes, kinonvert ko, kinuha ko yung kanilang equivalent hours. And eto ngayon ang nagresulta. That result to this beautiful pattern. Nung kinonvert ko yung minute part nung mga instance na magkasama yung hour hand at minute hand, nag-emerge itong beautiful pattern na ito. First one is at 12 o'clock. So, at 12 o'clock, syempre magkasama sila. So, this one is 0/11. And then, at 1 o'clock, 1/11. If you notice, yung hour part at yung numerator noong minute part are the same. And then, this one is 2. This one is again 2, yung minute part, yung numerator. This one is yung hour part is 3. And the numerator of the minute part is also 3. Take note, ito pong mga portion na ito, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, kinonvert ko siya from minutes to hours. So, kinonvert ko siya and lumabas itong pattern na ito. Ayan, yon. Ito yung instance, this one is at 12 o'clock and this one is at 1 o'clock. Kung i-compute natin yan, so, kung i-compute natin siya, that's 1/11. So, 1 divided by 11. And sabi natin, we need to convert this back to minutes. So, that is multiplied by 60. So, that is 5 minutes. So, yung instance kung saan, kung ibabalik natin, so, eto yung first instance. At 5-minute mark nga talaga siya. So, 1:05 yung first instance na magkasama yung minute hand saka yung hour hand. Then, let's jump doon sa, halimbawa, punta tayo sa ano ba maganda. Dito sa part na eto, at 6 o'clock. So, that is 6/11. If we will try to divide this, so 6 divided by 11, and then we need to convert this back to minutes. So, multiplied by 60. So, that is 32.72. So, lumalabas, magmi-meet yung minute hand and hour hand at 6:32. Kung i-check natin siya doon sa ating slide, is ibalik natin. So, at 6, this is 30, 31, 32. So, saktong-sakto. So, nag-meet siya at 6:32. Ang pinupuntahan natin dito is this beautiful pattern na nag-i-emerge. So, may nakikita na ako ditong pattern. Now, ang ginawa ko next is, kinompute ko naman manually yung mga instances na yung minute hand and hour hand are opposite each other. So, yung unang ginawa ko is, kinompute ko lahat ng instances na magkasama sila and kinonvert ko yung minute part into hours at ito yung pattern na lumabas. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And nung kinuha ko naman yung part na magkahiwalay sila 180 degrees, eto naman ngayon yon. So, yung first instance is at 12 something, past the 30-minute mark. Yung second instance is at 1 something, past the 35-minute mark. And then yung third instance is at 2 something, past the 40-minute mark. So again, ang ginawa ko, lahat ng mga minute parts nito, kinonvert ko into hours again. So, kinuha ko uli yung equivalent hours noong mga nasa minute part na ito. At ito yung lumabas. So, at 12 o'clock, ang numerator dito is 6/11. And then, at 1 o'clock, the numerator for the minute part is 7/11. And at 2 o'clock, the numerator of the minute part is 8/11. And so on. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So again, may pattern na lumalabas dito. Kasi kung kukunin natin, again, computing natin. So this one is 6/11. So this is 6 divided by 11. Then we need to convert this back to minutes. So multiplied by 60. Or that is 32.72. So yung first instance na yung minute hand and hour hand are opposite each other is at 12:32. Kung i-check natin yun, that is at 12:32. 30, 31, 32. So, yung first instance na yung minute hand and hour hand is 180 degrees apart is at 12:32 something. And then, compute tayo ng dito ulit sa 6. Compute natin siya. This is 12. So, this is 12. Then, divide it by 11. And then, we need to convert this back to minutes. So, this is 60. So, 65. So, 6 o'clock plus 65 minutes. So, 6 o'clock plus 65 minutes. So, 60 minutes. That's 1 hour. So, lumalabas, if we will subtract this by 1 hour, so 60 minutes. So, 5. Lumalabas, 6 plus 1 hour, that's 7 plus this one. So, lumalabas, 7:05. Yung instance na 180 degrees yun. Pakita natin, asan yung part na yon. So, eto yon 7:05. Eto yung instance na yung minute hand and hour hand are 180 degrees apart. Ito yung pang-pitong instance. Ayan yon. Nabuo naman itong pattern na ito. And hindi ko na ipapakita yung part na nag-develop ako ng mga equations and then kinorelate ko yung dalawang instance na magkasama sila and then nung magkahiwalay sila and then pagkatapos kong mag-establish ng mga equations and correlating the equations, lumabas itong formula na ngayon. So, ito yung formula na na-develop ka. And nasa kabilang side, this formula here is the formula developed by Engineer Perfecto Padilla. This is also applicable. And now, i-compare natin. But let's first try to analyze yung formula ang ginawa ko. So, in my formula, you could compute the time for any given time and angle. So, yung mga clock problems na given yung time, pwede mo makompute yung angle. Or given yung angle, pwede mo makompute yung mga time. So, kung i-compare natin yung dalawa na yan, yung formula ko is much more flexible. May mga instances kasi na hindi mo pwedeng basta magamit yung formula ni Engineer Perfecto Padilla. But again, this is a good one. And this is my inspiration. So, kaya lang, syempre, formula ko to mas, kumbaga mas, siya, mas flexible siya, and mas comprehensive. Tingnan natin, yung mga, eto na nga yun, no? Yung time na they are together, when the angle is 0 degrees, pag magkasama sila, the angle is 0 degrees. So, mawawala itong part na ito. Ang maiiwan na lang is this part here. So, lahat ng time, makukompute mo na sa board exam, pag nagtanong, what time after 8 o'clock na magmi-meet uli yung minute hand and hour hand, that is simply 8, then 8/11. So, ayun yun. So, I mean, tama, yung they are together, so 8/11. At what time after 10 o'clock, magmi-meet uli sila, that's 10/11. All you have to do is convert this into minutes. Kasi nung ginawa ko yung equation, nung ginawa ko yung table, kinonvert ko lahat ng minute parts niya into hours. Kaya, itong naka-highlight dito, this is kailangang ibalik into minutes if you want to get the exact minutes na lahat ng instance na they are together, and then when when the angle is 90 degrees, for example, 3 o'clock, so kapag 3 o'clock, ang angle na form is 90 degrees, so lahat ng instance na perpendicular, all you have to do is substitute mo lang dito yun. When A is 90 degrees, so 90 divided by 3, that's equal to 3. Now, kailan natin gagamitin yung plus at kailan gagamitin yung minus? Meron ditong nakalagay. So, yung plus sign will be used when the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand. So, sa isang clock problem sa board exam, pag yung minute hand is nalampasan niya na yung hour hand, or if the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand, ang gagamitin mo is yung plus na. But if the instance is yung minute hand is hindi pa siya nakakalampas dun sa hour hand, ang gagamitin mo is yung operator na minus. So, I hope malinaw yan ha. So, yung plus sign, pag yung minute hand, napatungan niya na yung hour hand at lumampas na. So, pag nakapatong na at lumampas, ayun, positive na yon. Pag hindi pa nakakalampas yung minute hand doon sa hour hand, negative pa yon. Or negative ang gagamitin mo. Now, I hope nakuha niyo yung part na yon. Now, gamitin natin siya sa mga example.